Hi everyone, and welcome back to my vlog. This is my life. It is 8:04 p.m. here in New York, and I'm coming to you live from my room. I am standing up. I'm not sitting on the bed. I've been having some situations sitting on the bed. As you've noticed, I look uncomfortable. I feel uncomfortable. It's hurting my back. I have a misaligned spine, so it doesn't help the fact that I am sitting Indian style on an uncomfortable mattress. This is not my mattress. Okay, it came with the room. It's not my mattress. We refuse to bring our mattress in here because one, it's a waste of time to bring our mattress in here if there's already one in here. And two, dude, we do not need our mattress getting infested with bed bugs or anything from this place. Okay, there's none in this room, but that doesn't mean that they can't come from other rooms and make their way in here. It's the joy of living in a rooming house with people who do not know how to freaking clean. Okay, well, anyways, I'm standing because when I was sitting, I was getting a lot of chest pains, and according to my neurologist, being overweight, that's not causing you to have some chest pains, which is a bunch of bullshit. Because yes, it can. You can, if you're overweight, you can have heart problems. Okay, I don't care if my results come back perfectly fine. If I am put in a position where my stomach is hitting my diaphragm, it's going to cause some problems. I hate having to school doctors because it's getting ridiculous. I don't have a college education and I school them on half the crap that's wrong with me. So here I am standing here. I do not have this hooked up to the other cell phone stand, so it's not going to be moving when I go like this. It's not going to be following me. So I'm not going to end up getting pushed into the tote that is right here. Well, anyways, unfortunately, I did not get anything done today. No, it's not from being lazy. It's because I do not feel good. Pressure in my head, chest pains, whatever. It's not because I'm lazy. Believe me, I love having a clean place and I love actually having an apartment, but right now this is what we're dealing with. Hopefully soon we can get into a real apartment. And then I can have real vlogs with you guys. I won't be trapped in a room. I can actually go to other rooms. You follow me to a kitchen, a living room, the bathroom. Just not when I'm showering or doing my business. Okay? All right. So what do I want to talk about now? It's late at night. I'm here making a YouTube video because I need a distraction. I need a distraction because I had a situation not too long ago. I was bent over. I was printing up some things for my husband for a court date that he has coming up next month. And when my head was down like this for too long, my head started throbbing like crazy. And then I got really dizzy. And what happened was my heart rate started going up again. Gotta love it. So that got me thinking, what can I talk about for my YouTube video? Let's see. Let's talk about migraines. Migraines. Let's talk about intracranial pressure. Let's talk about that. Okay, so this will actually be me talking about my past and the now. So you get the best of both worlds there. Okay, so let's talk the past. Let's talk the past. Okay, for years I've been having migraines and I never understood where they were coming from. And this was back in 2014. I noticed that on my Facebook, I was talking about how I was having a severe headache. I was having severe migraines. And I think back to that and I'm like, are you kidding me? I've been struggling that long with these migraines. And I probably was dealing with them long before that. I just never really paid attention because of being on medication. It can mask a lot of symptoms that you have. So it took me years, years to talk to a neurologist about my migraines. And it used to be that I would take an NSAID, a non-anti steroid inflammatory drug, if I got that right. I think I got that right. And what had happened is I overused it. I overused it. Okay, so if you're ever taking NSAIDs, which is ibuprofen, I believe Advil, I'm not 100% sure, Aleve, anything that's an NSAID, you got to look on the back of the box or the bottle and see if it says NSAID. If it says that on it, you got to be very careful using that because overuse of it can cause you problems. Me, overuse of it actually destroyed my stomach lining. And that in return gave me gastrointestinal problems. And I didn't even know I had that. I didn't even know that I had that because I was medicated. I really did not know if the pains I was having in my stomach or like in my abdomen or anything was related to any kind of actual problem, or was it just a symptom of medication that I was on. It took for me to get an upper endoscopy to find out that my stomach lining is inflamed and damaged. And here's the thing, it's going to take a while for that to heal. And unfortunately, everything that I've tried to use that they prescribed me to help heal it has not worked. So I have to be very careful on what I eat, what I drink, and everything because it can cause problems. And what it does is if I eat certain things, that it can irritate the stomach lining, which really sucks. I can't eat a lot of the foods that I want to eat. Now, let's get back to the migraines. I went to my neurologist. I had to pause for a minute there. There was like something going on with my electricity over here, and I just don't know. I don't trust electricity around here because like nothing's kept up here. Nothing's up to date or anything. I swear. We're still living in the 1900s. I don't want to know. Anyways, back to the migraines. So in 2014, that's when I noticed on my Facebook that I was starting to talk about how I was getting chronic migraines. So it took me a long time to be able to actually mention that to my neurologist. And now I see a neurologist for a different neurological condition that I'll explain to you later on. Um, and my neurologist referred me to go get an MRI. When I went and got my MRI, they noticed that there was something going on with my brain other than the other thing that's going on with my brain. And they noticed that there was a lot of pressure on my brain. And what else is that they also noticed that there was extra spinal fluid around my brain. And that caused pressure on my brain, which brought on a migraine. And the migraines that I was having were a lot different than just a regular tension headache, regular migraine, whatever. It goes behind your eye. It's very painful. A lot of people cannot determine which one is which because they seem the same, but it can cause different symptoms. Now, once they saw that, they had to schedule me to get a lumbar puncture, a spinal tap. When I got my spinal tap done, what it did is they removed some spinal fluid from my spine using a needle. And no, a huge needle does not go in your back. What goes in your back is a tube. The needle goes in, and then a tube goes in there. And what it does is it drains the spinal fluid. You don't have a needle jammed in your back the whole time. Okay, that's a misconception that everybody thinks that there's a big needle still in your back while they're doing the procedure. No, it's just the same as when you have an IV. You don't have a needle still sitting there in your arm, in your hand, wherever they have it. You have a tube, and that's what's bringing the fluid. So when they removed that fluid out of my spine, they lifted a lot of my pain away, and I felt a lot better after I had the lumbar puncture. But unfortunately, those only last for so long because we're producing spinal fluid every day. We're producing new spinal fluid every day. And then what happens if, for some freak reason, you end up with more spinal fluid on your brain? Nobody's paying attention to it. They'll just tell you, just take, this medication, take that medication, sleep with your head elevated, do this, do that, don't eat this, don't eat that. And it gets to be an actual headache in its own. Like, some will tell you that, if you drink something with caffeine in it, it'll get rid of your migraine or your headache. Sometimes that doesn't work when you have the extra spinal fluid or you have that pressure on your brain. Now, I forgot to mention there is a name for it. It's called idiopathic intracranial hypertension. Now, many years ago, it was also referred to as pseudotumor cerebrae, which means false tumor. Now, you're probably thinking, well, what do you mean a false tumor? The symptoms that people have when they have IIH, or just IH, because sometimes it's IIH or it's IH. Sometimes it's idiopathic, which means they can't figure out why it's like that, and sometimes it's just regular intracranial. So, why it's called a false tumor is because the pain and the symptoms that people that have IIH or IH struggle with actually is the same types of symptoms that somebody with a brain tumor has. So it mimics brain tumor. So we have the sensation, we have the symptoms and everything of somebody that has a brain tumor, which is very scary because sometimes you never know, is it actually a brain tumor, or is it my IH pseudotumor cerebrae? I myself, it concerns me a lot more because I lost my father in 2017 to brain cancer due to a brain tumor. So it scares me more, wondering, am I going to end up with the same fate as my father, because we both have all the same neurological problems. And that's not something I want to put my husband through. That's not something I want to put my family through. So what it is we have all the symptoms as somebody that has a brain tumor, but yet there is no tumor there. We go through MRIs and they check to see if there's a tumor. If they don't see any mass or anything, then it's time to, just look around and try to figure out what is going on. Now, if you have a neurologist that's as ignorant as mine, you don't get anywhere. So make sure when you look for a neurologist, you look for somebody that has great reviews, and do some research. Ask around. If anybody's had that doctor or that neurologist, see what they have to say about that neurologist, because I just went with the first person I could get, and I kind of regret it. I regret it because whenever I go and see my neurologist, which sometimes she's not even available when I need her, I have to see a fill-in. And that fill-in's just ignorant to everything that's wrong with me. My neurologist just shrugs off everything. I was diagnosed in 2019 with IIH, and whenever I mention that I've had a lot of pressure in my head, she just ignores it. Says, take a pain reliever, or drink some more water, or do this, do that. No, why don't we look and see what's going on upstairs? Let's look at it and see what's going on upstairs. And then what do I end up doing? I end up in so much pain that I end up in the ER. And then here's the thing. You end up in the ER, they don't do diddly shit for you here in New York. Okay? Unless you're young, and I mean a child, or you're a senior citizen, or you have COVID, they don't really give a shit anymore about you in the ER. There is an ER out here that don't even put you in a room. They put you in the hall. In a hall, on a stretcher, with all these loud noises. And if you're there for a head pain, those loud beeping noises and the nurses talking and doctors talking and people yelling and people moaning and screaming and whatnot, it's not helping your head. So here you are, vulnerable to all these sounds. I suffer with sound sensitivity, so it does not help me when I get stuck in a hallway on a stretcher. I just want a room. I want a room. Okay, what is my insurance paying for? Me to sit in a hallway? Lay down in a hallway? Another ER? They put you in a freaking reclining chair. A reclining chair. Are you kidding me? What happened to being able to be put in a regular bed? Like, seriously? Ever since COVID started? Okay? And they should go back to normal because that shit's over with. Now, when people get COVID, it's just like a normal fucking flu. Okay? I have not heard of anybody dying lately of COVID. I haven't. And I'm not going to turn this into a whole COVID conversation, but seriously, there is only one place I've gone to where I've actually been put in a room, and that place is more of like an urgent care slash emergency room, because they don't have where you can be inpatient there. You would get shipped off to another hospital. That's the only place that I've seen that actually puts you in a room. They actually put you in a room. So when you end up in the ER, what do they do for you? What do they do for you? Okay, they'll check your vitals. They'll run some blood tests, and then what do? They hook you up to fluids. Okay, how much fluid do I need? I'm gonna be peeing myself, if they keep pumping fluids in me. Well, anyways, another thing they will offer is what they call a migraine cocktail. And believe me, it doesn't work all the time. A migraine cocktail consists of Toradol, which is a pain reliever, Benadryl, which is obviously an antihistamine, which gives me restless leg syndrome. And I tell them that I should not be getting it because it makes my legs kick like crazy, and that annoys the heck out of me. They still give it to me. Another thing that's in there is either Zofran or Phenergan. Depends on which one you can have. I can't have Zofran. It increases my anxiety. I have to have Phenergan or promethazine, which are the same thing, just two different names. And that is an anti-nausea medication. It helps with vomiting, nausea. It does help with dizziness and vertigo, just not as much as it helps with nausea and vomiting. So that'll be injected into your IV, and that only lasts for maybe about 12 hours, and boom, you're back to where you were. Now, for me, when I get when I get the head pressure, and it usually starts from the time I get up to the time I go to bed. Sometimes it's in the middle of the night. I get woken up, my head is just throbbing in pain. I had to think if I took my medication yet, which I don't think I did. Well, anyways, what it is I get this like throbbing in my head, and it's not on one side. It's not just in the front. It's not just in my temples. It's not just in the back of my head. It's not just in my eyes. It is everywhere. It is what they call the crown, because it goes all the way around. So it's a crown. And what it does is it causes a lot of throbbing here behind my eyes. It's like all different types of migraines or headaches all in one. I get the eye pain, I get the pain in my temple, I get the pain in my forehead, I get the pain in my neck. It's awful. And I will take a regular over-the-counter pain reliever, and it does nothing for me. It does nothing for me. I've been prescribed many medications, and they do nothing for me. They just end up causing me more problems, so they end up having to switch it. Last time, I ended up on a beta blocker, which I don't know why neurologists even use this for migraines, because it's done nothing for me, just causes me more problems. A beta blocker is actually for your heart. It's for your heart. So the only thing that's actually been helping with is my heart palpitations. But recently, I've been noticing that it's making my heart palpitations worse. So I am starting to wean myself or taper myself off this medication because it seems to not be helping here, but causing problems here. So it's really not helping me anywhere. And that's the medication I was wondering if I took, because I'm supposed to be taking that at 8 o'clock, and obviously I didn't. So I'll just hold off on that until I'm off screen, and then I'll take my medication. So, what can I do to make this pressure go away? And the thing is IH, there is no cure for it. There's no cure for it. It is a rare brain disorder. It's 1 in 100,000 people have it. 1 in 100,000 people have it. So I'm the one rare person out of the 100,000 that could be around me that has it. Put me in a group with 100,000 people, and I'm that one person with it. Now, what can I do to limit my pain? And there's not much I can do to limit my pain because of me being exposed to certain other things that can cause my head pain is not helping. Mold can cause head pain. Um, uh, Living close to traffic, the smell of exhaust, it can trigger off head pain. And that doesn't help because I live in the city. I live right near a main road. So exhaust is coming into my window. There is a lack of ventilation around here in this building. So I have to have my window open, especially at night because I have problems breathing at night. So I need that fresh air. What do I get? The stink coming in, and it gives me a headache. Another thing is the mold in the bathroom, which is right next to our room. It's giving me a headache. So I really cannot get away from things that are causing me migraines until we're able to move. So unfortunately, in my case, I'm screwed. Well, there are different procedures that can be done to help with migraines other than medication. One would be lumbar puncture for people like me that have the intracranial pressure. But unfortunately, my neurologist refuses to even uh, suggest that, and it makes no sense. It's not like I'm saying, "Oh, I want a lumbar puncture. I just love getting that done." No, I don't. No, I don't. I hate it. Last time I had one of those done, electric current went right through my left side, and I ended up kicking my ex-boyfriend. Well, I was dating him at the time. My ex-boyfriend, I kicked him a good one. I should have kicked him a little harder. But anyways, should have like punched him too. Because they had my whole body just kind of jolted because they hit a nerve. What had happened is when they put the needle in before they release the tube, the needle hit a nerve. So it's not like I'm saying, "Oh my God, I want to get a lumbar puncture." No, I want you to check some spinal fluid, check the pressure level, and then release this pain that I'm having, because you can do that with a lumbar puncture, people. But apparently, doctors in New York are not that bright, as I've noticed, especially since COVID started, the pandemic. I think doctors got extremely stupid. Come on, agree with me, please. I know there are people out there that'll agree with me. The doctors have gotten stupid. Okay, ever since we've had these like remote appointments, these like video appointments, like how do you have, like, I had video appointments for a neurologist. I have a condition that involves me to have to do motions with my eyes, my hands, my legs. I have to walk. I will tell you that in another video. How in the hell are you doing that in a video? How the hell am I seeing a neurologist through a video appointment? Someone explain that one to me, because I don't know. I don't know how that worked. I hated video appointments. I mean, I'll do them when it's something simple where I just need to talk to a doctor, or, I'm talking about, like having a cold or something, something you don't need to actually touch me for? I never understood those. But you'll agree with me? Come on, guys. In the comments, agree with me on that. Doctors have become stupid. Okay. Next is this one. I am actually having to wait on this one. I was hoping when I got the voicemail that I would be able to get this done ASAP. That was wishful thinking. I have to wait until February to get a consultation, to do the consultation to make sure that I'm healthy and whatnot for this procedure. And that is Botox. Yes, I can get Botox done. Botox can be done to relieve migraines. So, what does that entail for me? That could be up to 30 shots in my head. And the thing is mine is a crown, which means I have to get the Botox in my temples, all throughout my forehead, down here. Did say here, right? Yeah, I did say right here. I have to get it back here behind the ears, okay, behind my ears. I have to get it in the back through my neck, and I have to get it along my shoulders. Got to go along my shoulders because of how bad my migraines are. So 30 Botox shots I have to get. But here's the thing. Where they're going to be doing all these shots, all these wrinkles that I have that should be able to see. I don't think there's a filter on me. Shouldn't be a filter on me because you can see the bags under my eyes. See? All right. These crow's feet right here that I have. I'm going to be getting a shot in my temple. So that should, yeah. So it's like a double whammy. I can get rid of some wrinkles too while I'm getting me some Botox. So I have to wait until February. I'm on what they call the cancellation list, but I've been on the cancellation list before and I still had my regular appointment. Living with chronic migraines is not fun at all. And people say, well, just drink some water. Lay down, take a nap. Oh, use an ice pack. Have you tried heat? Here's the thing. We've tried everything. And some of us, we can't figure it out. Like me, I know I need to get one of those wedge things to put on the bed to elevate me. Can't find one in stores. I can't afford to get one on the internet. So it sucks. I did see one in a store, and I don't know why I didn't grab it back when I saw it, but fortunately, I was not thinking. Because when you have that pressure going on in the head, you're not thinking straight. So, back to the migraines. Yes, it does help to drink more water. Drinking more water does help, especially if IIH or IH, because what you can do is make yourself have to pee. So what you're doing is you push the extra fluid out when you go to the bathroom. But it always doesn't take enough fluid off your brain that it needs to take off it. Another thing that you can do is, you can take a pain reliever. Just like I said, make sure you're not overusing them. Because you can overuse a regular acetaminophen or acetaminophen. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce that damn word. Tylenol. Whatever. Doctors hate when I use big words. Because when I say that, and when they ask what pain reliever I take, and I say I take acetaminophen, they're looking at me like, huh? Then they look at me like, huh? Like lobsters coming out of my ears when I mention my IIH. They're clueless in the ER. All my IIH buddies out there, raise your hand if you've ever been to the hospital and they got a damn single clue what IIH is or IH is. Come on, raise those hands. Come on, raise them up. Raise them up, because I guarantee every one of you is probably raising your hands. Another thing you can do, because it does cause light sensitivity. Okay, I struggle with light sensitivity really bad. All right, what you can do is wear colored lensed sunglasses. All right, now ignore mine. I lost a pin out of my glasses, and as you can tell, my brand new sunglasses are screwed up, and I need to go to the store to where they sell like a glasses fix kit and just get a screw from there to fix it because that's how it works. Now, please, please, okay? I bought these at Spencer's, okay? I couldn't find any pink lensed or rose colored sunglasses anywhere else, which I need to get actual darker ones because I'm having a little more issues. Couldn't find any, and I did find some at Spencer's, so ignore what they say, okay? But I have to wear these when I'm in a store because the lights really bug my eyes, and what it does, it gives me a migraine. So you wear rose colored glasses, or you can wear blue frame glasses, or you can wear purple, you can wear brown, light brown as well. And what it does is it makes it so the light isn't so bright in your eyes. So when you walk into a store, those fluorescent lights, what people don't realize is how bright those things are. And if you don't struggle with light sensitivity, you will not understand how bright those lights are. Like I can be inside the house and have to wear these because of the sensitivity. I've gotten to the point that for the longest time I was not able to watch TV or movies uh, because of my light sensitivity. I still am not able to watch TV on that TV there. Fortunately, we can't watch it anyways because we don't have any internet and we don't have cable, so we would be using our Roku. So that TV's we haven't been using it since we moved here because the internet's not up and going yet. Well, anyways, is that like crooked? Oh, anyways, I have to use my cell phone to watch things on because of I cannot watch things on big screens. Hurts my eyes, and I just watch things on my cell phone. Um, I can watch things on my laptop. That's a little bit bigger. That's something bigger that I can deal with, but I can't watch anything for too long. And there's certain things that I can watch because with the light sensitivity, I also have sound sensitivity. So that means no horror movies for me because of the flashing and loud noises, which really sucks because we're in spooky season. Halloween's coming up. I can't watch some of the movies that I would like to, like today. It's Friday the 13th. I would love to have been watching the Friday the 13th movies, but fortunately, I cannot at the moment until we figure out what's going on up here. So I'm kind of like stuck on what I can watch. And mainly I watch children's shows. Okay, don't make fun of me. I will put PBS Kids on my cell phone and I'll sit there and watch Arthur or Curious George. I could do that all day. Okay, because it's something that I know is not going to be loud, it's not going to be flashy, and it's not going to be, something that's like fast or anything. Something I can watch. I am able to watch some movies. I did watch Beetlejuice, which if you have not seen Beetlejuice, you have to go see Beetlejuice. I thought that they were going to really screw up the the sequel. They didn't. It's a really good movie. Okay, it is really good. I mean, I would love to watch it again. Now, you're probably saying, you cannot watch anything on big screens. How did you see Beetlejuice? Well, ever heard of Fandango? Um, do you recall back when the pandemic started and we were able to watch movies online, streaming? That's how I watched it, through streaming. It's easy to do. If you're not able to get to the theaters, there's ways of streaming brand new movies online. Some of them, all they cost is the cost of a ticket at the movie theater. Some people, if you have Amazon Prime, you're able to get it through your subscription. It's you can see it and streaming. So I got to see Beetlejuice, and I'm hoping that we will see, and this is a test for me, we'll be seeing the new Transformers movie soon. Because my husband works a lot. We're gonna be watching the Transformers movie that came out. So we're gonna be testing that because I know darn well, loud, flashy, and a lot of action. So we're gonna test that one out with this noggin up here, and hopefully I don't have any problems, because that'll suck. Because I want to watch Transformers movie. Okay, so another thing that you can do is, have you ever heard of migraine wrap? Well, what a migraine wrap is it's this thing that you put on your head. Some people have it where it grippers, which I have the one that you grip on, or people have the ones that slide on like it's a headband, like one of your spa headbands. Of course, I would not have one within reach. No, I did find one of my old masks. One of my old masks. If you can read this, you're too close. One of my old masks. So I might have to start wearing my masks when I use that bathroom because I can't keep breathing in what I've been breathing in. I wanted to show you what I was talking about. All right, whatever. You've all seen the spa headbands, the one that actually, not the ones that are headbands, the ones that actually go all the way around your head. Um, they're like that, and what it does is it goes over your eyes. Ooh, I almost lost my microphone. It goes over your eyes, and it like goes like this on your nose. Okay, that's the ones that slide on like that. And what you do is, it either has a removable ice pack, a gel pack. We'll go with gel pack, or the whole thing is a gel pack itself. And what you can do is you either freeze it or you can warm it up. And how you warm it up is, don't put it in a microwave or anything. You will put it in a pot of water and just let it, boil and get warm that way. Never put a gel. I didn't mean to get really loud. I was swallowing at the same time. I did not mean to scream at any of you. I promise. Don't yell at people. Never put a gel pack in the microwave. It's just going to bust open and you're going to have a big mess. If it's not your microwave, you're in trouble. Me? That's my microwave. So if I was stupid enough to pull one of those numbers, it's my mess. I paid for that microwave. It's mine. All right. And then what that does is you can wear that and it'll help with your head. And, either cold or hot can relieve the pain because of inflammation that you're having back there. Another thing that can help you is getting in the shower and running a cool shower. I have situations about that, and I will discuss what my personal situations are. I really do not like getting into a shower and being in there with cool or cold water. But let's ignore my problem. My personal problem is going to get pushed aside, and I'm going to help other people. What you can do is you can stand under some cool water, not cold, cool water. And what you do is just let it spray on the back of your head, right on your neck, okay? Right back here. And just have your head back and just let it go all over your head, and it helps. It does help if you take a hot shower, but not too hot. Don't make it scalding. Take a hot shower, do the same thing, let it run all over your head. Another thing can also help is a bath. Run a nice warm bath, get the bubbles and everything, and just lay there. Lay there. Because sometimes when you have a migraine, the pain can go into your back and cause you to have back problems. Or back pain, I mean. Me, it doesn't help because I have a misaligned spine. Those are a few things that you can do. Another thing you can do is watch what you eat. Certain foods can cause head pain. And, just do a lot of research. Do a lot of research. Don't always depend on a doctor to tell you everything, because they won't. They won't tell you everything. I know that from personal experience, the doctors will not tell you everything. They don't tell you the truth either. Most of them don't. So, and this right here is iced tea, decaffeinated. So, to wrap this all up, if you struggle with migraines or head pressure or anything, and it does affect your eyesight, if you start to have blurry vision, or you get dizzy and you start to get like tunnel vision, or your vision like goes in and out, or you're starting to have hearing problems, like your hearing goes in and out. That happens to me all the time, but I have to kind of ignore it because of the situation I have. But if you don't have it normally and it's just something that occurred, if your vision is going out, you have tunnel vision, your hearing's going in and out, and you have that pain, please get yourself to an urgent care. And if your urgent care is like our urgent care, my urgent care out here, where they're not equipped to deal with that, get yourself to the ER and get that checked. And like I said, you'll end up probably with a getting fluids and the migraine cocktail, but it's best to get everything checked. If you're lucky, you'll get an MRI done, which is just a scan of the brain, CT scan of the brain. You'll get that done. My hospitals are too stupid to actually get that done, and you literally have to beg them for it, and they still don't do it because they don't listen. I went one time and they wanted to blame it on anxiety, even though I told them I have a history of migraines and I've been diagnosed with a rare brain condition. So, not everybody in the medical field is bright. With that being said, my husband should be, the restaurant should be closed in about 15 minutes, hopefully. And my husband should be leaving in about, I want to say 9:30, and he should be here about 10 or a little after 10. So I'm going to wrap up this video so I can take my medication, and then I can situate myself for the night. So I hope what I told you about migraines and head pressure and IIH and IH, that it was very informative and that it helped a lot of people. If you have any questions, like I said, just leave me a comment, or I believe in my description, I do have my email address in there, and it is an email address that goes to my podcast, for my podcast, because there was no point of me making a separate email address for my vlog when I could just use that one. So everybody, it's nighttime for me, so I'm going to say goodnight, but it all depends on when you are viewing this, what time it is for you. So good morning, good evening, and good night to all of you. All right, so bye.